got on the bus, and I opened page one sitting on the bus, and I'll never forget how much the hair stood up on my neck reading that first page and realizing what this was all about. It was such an epiphany. Just learning the connection to the family. And then, second paragraph told very briefly the story of the Buckley family. Now, going back to entering the workhouse, one of the things is that when you walk through the doors, once you gained admission, they separated men, women, boys and girls into 4 different sections that were walled off and completely separated. I visited quite a few of them around Ireland during the time reading about all this, and in one of them it was shown to me that in the women's dormitory the windowsills were higher, and they were eye height for an average man, really. And of course I asked why this was, and the reason was that so the women couldn't see their children in the yard when they were playing. So in the case of the Buckley family, who were one of many, many thousands of families who must have entered the workhouse, when the famine began, I'm telling you most of this information now so that we can sweep through the rest of the songs without any discussion whatsoever. That's a small lie. But I hope you don't mind me informing you and giving you this background information. I think it makes the material more digestible. The Buckleys were one very rare example we have of a family that entered the workhouse whose names we know, and we know a little bit about them, only because of a very rare recording of their story by a man who wrote a book in Irish called Mushkale Féin, My Story. And he lived very near where these people came from. And he told the story, he related the story of the Buckley family. The parents, who we have to imagine were quite young because the children were very young. Their names were Padraig and Koch, which is Irish for Kate. And the children were called Sheila and Dermodine, which means little Dermot. And this is their experience of the workhouse. It's called Poor Boy's Shoes. Thank you. When he met her at the dance, she had flowers in her hair. There was no girl in this land who could have stood next to her there. And there everyone could see how he loved her instantly, though he had nothing to give her but his poor boy's hopes and dreams. Well, he danced with her that summer till it showed on her sweet face, as she was taken by the warmth of him and all his gentle ways. And then he swore to her his love was true, and he married her in poor boy's shoes. Well, not many years had passed through the grip of his strong hands, when a great unyielding hunger drew its veil across this land. His young love soon took ill, and with 2 little mouths to fill, it took all he could to keep them from the poorhouse on the hill. When his pockets had run dry from crying tears that rang like bells, and their home drew in the wind just like an old seashell, then he gathered everything he had to lose, and he walked them up in poor boy's shoes. little souls were free from all the sadness in this world. Their father lifted up his love. She could no longer walk alone. And from the poor house on the hill, he took her on the long walk home. There he felt the call upon her as he laid her down to rest. And so he knelt down by her bed and drew her feet up to his